Tomi Lahren, Outkick host. Tommy, now we called them on my old radio show. We did the whole thing on mamonis, right? The Italian word is for the mamonis, or they stay at home, and the moms like the son staying at home longer. But the phrase is becoming popular of these stay-at-home sons because an unemployed Jeopardy contestant says he was just trying to make people laugh. But is this an actual problem in our society?
It's a major problem. And, you know, Speaker Johnson has been talking about those maybe deadbeat folks that are on Medicaid, and maybe some of those folks are the stay-at-home sons. We don't know. But I'll tell you this, leave it to Gen Z to rebrand laziness and social awkwardness as something cutesy, like a stay-at-home son. They did much the same thing with quiet quitting, where you can go to work and do less. And if you call it quiet quitting, it's somehow better. But Laura, I got to tell you, this is also a big problem when it comes to, I think, declining birth rates, people not getting married and having children. You know, that's a big problem. They blame it on women.
Well, that is mainly women, because women are the ones that are choosing men. And here's the thing, this whole stay-at-home sons thing, I don't know where this term even came from, where mothers wanted their sons to be at home a lot more longer than, you know, they're supposed to be, which, yes, especially if you are in a single mother household. A lot of single mothers have a much more higher attachment rate for their sons, because due to the fact that there are men out there that don't want to be with that said woman, not because she's a single mother, but probably because that woman is not a very good or a very intriguing person, or a person that anybody wants to be around. And the whole Gen Z laziness, what's the reason why it's like this? Due to the fact that the cost of living keeps on going up, government spending is still outrageous. These goddamn regulations that the government is putting in place to stop people who are in the middle or low class to make more money is a huge issue. And to say, if Tomi Lahren to say, oh, stop blaming women for this. No, women have voted for this. Women have orchestrated this. Women have pushed this into oblivion. The reason why government spending is so atrocious as it is right now is mainly because of feminism, saying like, we don't want men at all, we want to take care of ourselves. And the government said, bet, let's increase taxes because women need the financial support.
Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of...
Again, who caused that? Because last time I checked, it was women that kept on saying men should be in tune with their feminine side, right? And masculinity is toxic. Masculinity is bad. A man being a strong, positive man is boring. Woman, you have women all over social media saying like, I want a man that's more in tune with their feminine side. I want a man that's not so masculine. Women have come out and said that. So if you want to point to who's in charge of the whole man need to stop being so masculine, you should actually go towards your feminist sisters. And actually, Tomi Lahren, you are also a raging feminist, because you really trying to say like none of this is a woman's fault. Well, yes, the majority of it is a woman's fault. And you had these goddamn beta male savior men, white knights, to agree with you because they want to get laid.
Young women out there that want to get married, they want to have kids.
That proportion is becoming very small.
Want to have stable families.
That percentage is coming the silent minority.
But there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash.
Again, this is false. This is just another feminist misandrist take. That really do these misandrists not think that men don't know how to cook, men don't know how to clean, men don't know how to freaking own a home or own a freaking apartment, rent out an apartment? I'm doing all that by myself. Literally, 2 jobs and all. And I'm doing this on the side, just as a hobby. Again, men do all these things that misandrists keep on claiming that if they get with a woman, it's just all gonna stop. No, they need to stop this. People like these feminists need to stop saying this, that men are just living in mama's basement. No, the majority of men out there live by themselves. The majority of men out there, they work. The majority of men out there are doing construction, are doing the infrastructure, are doing the, working in warehouses. They're working in very unsafe work environments, plumbing and all that stuff to keep society going. But apparently it's men. It's men that's the problem. No. How about it's the fact that women's standards have become too high? Because whether you believe it or not, when a woman got freaking bachelor's degree, they became more unhinged. They looked down on men way more when they got that bachelor's degree, and the majority of men out here merely have a high school or associates. Yeah, high school diploma or associate's degree. Why? Because a lot of men have realized college is nothing but a huge scam. They don't really teach you actual things. People get that freaking college degree, and they don't even use it because the degree that they got is pretty much the people that are looking for those kind of jobs. It's not a high demand for them. But let's keep on listening to freaking Lahren here.
And therein lies a big part of the problem.
Well, and also with the rise of AI and AI dating, as they call it. Which
best believe that women are going to be. I believe that's a story. Hold on, let me go ahead and find that story real quick. Yeah, here we go right here from the Daily Mail. Expert predicts women will be having more sex with robots than men next year. Next year will be the year of the robot. While many increasingly fear automation in the workplace, some futurists predict the machines will come for our love lives in 2025. This new year marks the date futurist Dr. Ian Pearson anticipated humanity will start to see some forms of robot sex appearing in high-income, very wealthy households, which mainly, if you've seen from the percentages of people who are graduating college more, which happen to be women, you will see that they're going to be the ones that that buy sex robots more. Vibrators have been around for over a century, but now the vibrant sex toy industry doesn't just make standalone devices, but teledonic devices that bring all the fun and functionality of computing and networks to sex too. By some surveys, as many as 63% of women admit they either use or would like to use a sex toy, with 40% of men in virtual reality would make sex more enjoyable. I think it's the man who should be worried. Harvard-trained mathematician and data scientist Dr. Kathy O'Neill said, it's entirely possible that robots can outperform them. Right there. So, yeah, this whole... No, studies are literally showing that women would use sex toys and sex robots more than men. So, no.
which is sick. It's going to be even easier and perhaps more attractive for these types of individuals to remain behind closed doors. And
no, the problem is women's standards have become so high because ever since women have gotten more into education, and even still to this day, people who are literally have high school diplomas or GEDs and only a associate's degree, they still make the most money out here because they're not in debt. They invest in stocks, bonds, and crypto. They work on a 401k. They work on other plans of investment. But apparently, because they don't have the degree, women don't look at those kind of men as a viable resource because that degree says if your ambition is high enough. Not because of how hard you work, not because you worked your ass off to get a business, probably got loans, probably started your small business from home. But still, if you don't have that bachelor's or that master's or that doctoral degree, you are not a strong man. Only a strong, because apparently according to the misandrists, the feminists, good men are the ones that have those bachelor's and those doctorate degrees. and those masters because they need to be on top like us. They need to have those degrees like a whole bunch of these women out here. Even though those degrees y'all don't use, especially those gender studies freaking degrees, because those degrees are freaking useless. This is what the standards are with women, with mainly modern women. I'm not going to say all because there's a small percentage that doesn't look down on men because they don't have the degrees they have.
And what does that do to families and young women and dating?
Well, blame yourselves. You can blame yourselves here because women have pushed this because they thought, hey, men obviously enjoy being corporate slaves. I want to be a corporate slave too.
I also blame the social conditioning of the COVID era, the dumbest era in modern American history, because a lot of people, especially these young people, they grew up like this, thinking that it was safer at home, thinking that outside was dangerous, interacting with people was scary.
Whose fault is that? That's the government's fault. The government literally incentivized that if you go outside during the pandemic, we're going to kick your ass and we're going to arrest you. That's what the government did.
So now you got people that want to literally stay inside and play video games and have AI girlfriends, and that's why we have declining birth rates and a lot of other problems.
No, do not blame this on men. This is on y'all. This is on women because they're the ones that orchestrated this. They're the ones that told men, stay away from us. They're the ones that told men, if you don't match my criteria, you are beneath me. If you don't have my ambition to go get a degree like I do, you are less than less. This is what women generally have orchestrated. But no, let's blame men.
In society, it's time to go out, get a job, breathe the fresh air, meet people in real life. Let's just get back to basics.
And yet, still, the majority of people who are working in the United States have to be men. And the men are the ones who are literally taking the most important jobs out there. But apparently you got raging feminists like Tomi Lahren, who, again, for what I've seen, is not married, has no kids. She's 31, I believe. So, she's going past the prime. So she keeps on pushing this misandrous feminist narrative that men are not working their asses off. Men are mainly just staying at home, which is, again, not true. Men work their ass off, tooth and nail. The unalive rate, because of stress, because of depression, because of not being heard, due to the fact that men are pretty much expendable, is still predominantly men. Because due to the fact that they are being orchestrated, they are being lambasted, they are being castrated, due to the fact that they are men, because anything that bad happens, it obviously was a man involved. So again, you have people like Tomi Lahren, and Laura Ingraham is actually helping push this out crap as well. Push out some misandrous things like that. Talk about, men are doing the whole AI robot girlfriend things. Men are out here buying the sex toys. No. If you actually look at studies, the people who are actually buying the sex toys the most are in fact women. Would it pertain to dildos or anything like that? It's predominantly women that's buying the sex toys. So that narrative that Laura Ingraham just said was completely false. But this whole thing that they are doing, like they're just trashing men because of the failure of the birth rates declining. People are not getting married. People are not dating. That's generally women's fault. Because due to the fact that they said, and you even have the freaking dating apps to prove this, where the majority of women are only swiping right for a minority of men. They say, I want a man that's making this much money. I want a man that's like this. I want a man that's like this. Literally, they are going with the whole Hollywood trope that a man has to be like this in order for me to date them. But no, it's this whole thing where they keep on pushing this false narrative that the misandrists and the feminists will keep on pushing this false narrative that men don't want women because they don't want a family. That's not, or they don't want to be caught up because they don't have the degrees. No, that's not true at all. That's just something that, women like, Tomi Lahren or Laura Ingraham would say. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to women. They're the ones that lambasted man. They're the ones that told men, we don't need you. You got women who are like Tomi Lahren that said, men are not important. What you are going through is not important. What you are feeling is not important. And then you had the freaking white knight saviors going along with that freaking narrative, basically hurt themselves. Because if I agree with it, will she touch it? No. Obviously, people like Tomi Lahren don't want men to be hurt. They don't want men to be heard, or she's not listening to men about what the issue is in the dating market. She only listens to women, or if she does hear what men say, she probably just glosses it over. Again, if you don't have that degree, a lot of these degree-filled women will not even see you or even give you the time of day. Even if you are a hard-working individual, probably working two to three jobs to make things happen. But just go ahead and blame men. Go ahead and blame men. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments below. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'll see y'all next one. Peace.